To everybody's shock, Google has shown off Android N, its next major Android upgrade, which they usually announce at Google I/O. My name is Bharat and I'm going to show you some of the new key features of this new operating system for Android devices. While this is still an early beta version, we wouldn't recommend that you install it on your Nexus device unless you have a spare Nexus phone lying around. Although this is one of the most stable beta versions we've seen, we did find it crashing from time to time, so it is really not recommended to use as your main device. Now you can see that off the bat, some of the main notifications and the icons are slightly different. We'll get into that in just a minute. If you get on the home screen, it looks quite identical to the one that you found on Marshmallow. You also get Now on tap, and your main Now cards as well as Now information sits on the left of the main home screen, which is not a lot different from what we saw in the past. But you can see it's so smooth and fluid, although we did do a brand new install, so that speeds up things a little bit. In the notification shade, now you can see that you can quickly reply to your notifications. This is supported on native apps right now and Google apps, but as third-party developers start to build on it, you'll be able to reply to third-party notifications as well. So let's jump into Chrome real quick to demonstrate multi-window. So while you're in a window, you can press the multitasking panel, drag a window and drag it to the top. It'll split it into two windows. You can also drag and resize any one of the windows. So for example, I'm looking at Chrome. By the way, it's really smooth on Android N, but I can also hold down on the multitasking panel to split the windows, and then my multitasking wheel will stay at the bottom over here, and I can switch between applications. Every time I press the home button, I go back to a full screen mode, and then whatever app I select goes into the bottom window automatically. This seems to be a lot more intuitive than what Samsung has been doing with multi-window for a really long time. Now, a lot of people had a question on whether a video will, when it plays, will it buffer and restart from the beginning every time you switch from window to window, and it seems like it will pause, but it will not restart. So you can begin playing it again from the same location, but it will buffer all over again. So this is one of the best implementations of multi-window we've seen from any manufacturer, and thanks to the fact that Google has put it directly into their Android ecosystem, it seems to be working really well, at least on the Nexus devices, and this Nexus 6 is about 2 years old now, so it seems to be working really well on that. You can see I can tap on the multitasking button to quickly switch between applications that will select in the wheel over here, and then I can press the home button and go back to the full screen, and then when I select any app, whether it's the phone app, I can resize and adjust the window to whatever size I want it to be. Now you can see the notification shade is also quite different. You get quick toggles on top like Samsung devices. You can long press them to jump into their relevant settings, or you can pull down the full set of quick toggles from over here on the top right, and then you can switch between pages of quick toggles. You can also modify them. If I want to bring hotspot right up front, I can do that. So now hotspot will sit right in my first notification or my quick toggle shade. So when I pull down from the top, I'll see a hotspot window. Now, all applications do not support multi-window. So if I try to run a third-party application like a game and I try to switch between multi-window, it sort of seems to crash out, go into this weird loop and stops responding for a minute, and then it regains its capability, but you cannot really switch to multi-window for most applications, although certain apps like Twitter are supporting it well. Now, if I jump into the main settings window, you'll see that the whole setting panel is slightly different. I get some suggestions over here. I should set a screen lock. I should change the wallpaper. I also get some quick information over here, my number of notifications enabled on what all apps are installed, and all those details are over here. And of course, I can pull from the left to navigate my settings panel quite easily. I quickly jump into About Phone. You can see that we're running Android N, and this is their new animation. And if I jump into the game, I go back into the Marshmallow game. So nothing new has been added for the time being for Android N, especially in the developer preview. So that is sort of disappointing. I would have gotten an idea of what N stands for. Could have been Nutties, could have been Nutella, anything interesting. So you can see that my hotspot is right there now. You can also tap on a relevant quick launch icons to get details like battery usage and the amount of time left. I can also turn on or off battery saver from here. If I go back and I'll show you what it looks like in the Wi-Fi panel, for example, you can jump into whatever Wi-Fi you want from here. I can also go into information of the Android beta program, which it shows over at the top as well. The camera app, not so different. You get your same set of basic specifications. I can turn on the timer, HDR or flash from the main panel over here. I can swipe right to jump into video mode, and I can swipe left to go back into photo mode. And then I have these 3 photo capabilities: lens blur, photosphere. And then I have quick settings over here. I can jump into what resolution, etc. I want for the camera. So nothing great as far as the camera is concerned, or nothing great as of now. It seems to be in the same status. Another cool thing I found is that you can even use the camera application from the multi-window, and it's quite responsive. You can see here there is little or no lag whatsoever in using the camera application. So that is some next level of multitasking. I can also go into the camera application and preview my image clicked while reading an article on Chrome as well. Now there is a certain glitch. Now when I resize the camera application and go back to the full size, you'll see that my buttons sort of get warped at the bottom over here. You can see my buttons are all crazy over here at the bottom. Now this is something that is obviously going to happen in the beta version. And that's why Android or Google decided to sort of test it out. They wanted to test out and run out some kinks so that the adaptability to the new beta or the new Android N will be faster. So there you go, guys. These were some of the quick elements of the new Android N operating system. You do get multitasking with a multi-window feature. You have some new notification panels along with quick replies from notifications, and there's a whole lot of new things for third-party app developers, which Google has obviously included in this Android N, where if you're a developer, you can find out more information about this on the Android develop page. Well, that was a quick look at Android N. If you have any questions or queries, drop them in the comment section below. And this has been Bharat, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like this video and give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next one.